We are continuing with the March Madness bracket for Touchdown Alabama magazine, touchdownalabama.com, the March Madness bracket in terms of your favorite restaurants and or bars in the city of Tuscaloosa when you come down for a football game. And right now, we have reached the championship round, folks. We did it, baby. We're in the championship round, and it comes down to Dreamland Barbecue versus Rama Jammas in the championship game. And the voting for this goes up until the voting starts now, but it will go up until March 28th, Saturday, March 28th, 2:04 p.m. Central Time will be the final voting for the championship. Who takes the crown as the best venue in the city coming in terms of football season when you look at Dreamland Barbecue and Rama Jammas. So get your vote on Touchdown Alabama magazine, touchdownalabama.com for the best venue as March Madness. We've gotten down to the championship round. But we dive now into the first topic of conversation. And man, people, you look at former Super Bowl champion, former NFL quarterback Trent Dilfer, who truly believes, he talked about this and he said this about Tua Tagovailoa, former Alabama quarterback, whoever drafts Tua or whoever selects Tua will win the NFL draft venue next month. And I remember on Monday's show, got a chance to discuss the article or the statement from Pete Prisco of CBSSports.com and him referring to Tagovailoa not having the fire in the belly, to needing to play with more passion, which once again, I don't see where Pete Prisco is getting this type of information from when you're a young man like Tua that played through pain his entire career, or for the majority of his entire career. You are playing with passion, and you do have that fire to compete, but that's besides the point. Whether this video that's about to be shown in a few minutes here, whether this video was put up prior to the show ending on Monday or after the show ended on Monday, upon me coming home from the studio, Tua Tagovailoa released a video to his Instagram account of him working out at an indoor facility. People, this does not look like a young man that suffered a dislocated right hip with a fracture to the posterior wall in November of last year. This does not look like the same Tua. I mean, moving quick, everything's in the right format. It's got the right frame of mind, footwork clean, agility clean, hip looks really, really crisp. Everything is in motion. He's pivoting off his foot. He's throwing on command. Everything looks good. He's working with one Trent Dilfer, someone of whom he has a close relationship with, and Dilfer talked about it on Tuesday, where he basically put in a tweet that he has the most simplest of jobs. His job is to continue to fine-tune an already well-ran Maserati in terms of Tua. And he talks about how the only thing Tua needs is a firm foundation. He believes this young man is going to have a 15-year career in the NFL, be a Hall of Famer, and he's tired of the narratives of if he gets drafted or when he gets drafted. He believes, he has come out and said, whomever takes Tua Tagovailoa will win the NFL draft. So Trent Dilfer, this is the second time that he has co-signed Tua as somebody that is the real deal. The first time he co-signed Tua, if you remember this, it was upon the young man from Hawaii getting to Alabama in the 2017 signing class. And this was when, Dilfer talked about Tua being ice cream on crack, talked about Tua being better than Aaron Rodgers prior to him entering his second year at Cal Berkeley. And a lot of people felt like Trent Dilfer's bluffing. This is just Trent putting up his brand. Trent Dilfer doesn't know what he's talking about. This is just fluff. But Dilfer ended up knowing exactly what he was talking about, as we saw Tua Tagovailoa as a freshman come off the bench in 2017 in the 2018 title game to win the national championship against Georgia. So here he is again. Here he comes again, co-signing the native Hawaiian. And this is somebody in Dilfer of whom people like to use. People have fallen in love with the term quarterback whisperer, quarterback developer, quarterback mind, quarterback savant. I work well with quarterbacks. People love the title. People love the name. People love the prestige that comes behind it. But there are very few people out there that actually have the production that comes with the name. And Trent Dilfer is one of those guys. Dilfer, who was a quarterback in high school, played quarterback in college at Fresno State, played quarterback in the NFL for 14 seasons with 5 different teams, won a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens in 2000. Now, in terms of his numbers, was he the greatest quarterback statistically? No, but when you dissect into having the characteristics, understanding the traits, understanding the work ethic and what it takes to be big time at the next level, he understood all of that. And here is somebody of whom is the head coach of the Elite 11 quarterback competition. The Elite 11 is equivalent to learning a Rubik's Cube. You know how hard working a Rubik's Cube is, folks? I tried it. It ain't for me. I almost went insane trying to do a Rubik's Cube, okay? This stuff, you have to have mental stability. You have to understand memorization. You have to understand different color patterns, different techniques. You almost have to have a photographic memory to work a Rubik's Cube. It is not for simple people like me. Definitely not for me. So the Elite 11, kind of like a Rubik's Cube, to where these coaches, they give these young athletes who are aspiring quarterbacks, they give them a playbook, and they put them through the ringer. They put them through tests and situations and circumstances where they want you to be pinpoint on everything. Pinpoint passing, pinpoint precision, pinpoint accuracy. They want you to have that ball out. Bang! The moment that receiver makes his break, have that ball out, anticipating the throws. They take you through a whole process of things. And it's not easy. And Trent Dilfer has coached with a elite group. He has had some marquee alumni members to come through his tutelage at the Elite 11. As this slide is coming up on screen, of whom Dilfer has worked with, he has trained or developed the who's who of college football royalty from 1999 to right now. So about a good 20 plus years, at least 20 years. He's worked with Matt Leinart, Vince Young, Troy Smith, Tim Tebow, Andrew Luck, A.J. McCarron, Teddy Bridgewater, Jameis Winston, Jared Goff, Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray, Dwayne Haskins, just to name a few of these trusted alumni members. Now, the latest alum to come from the Elite 11, Bryce Young, who came in Alabama's 2020 signing class. But, of the list here of the guys I just named, some of these guys were Heisman Trophy winners. Matt Leinart was one. Troy Smith was one. Tim Tebow was one in 2007. Of course, Jameis Winston was one in 2013. So you've had a few Heisman Trophy winners in this list. You've had a few national champions: Matt Leinart, Vince Young, A.J. McCarron, Deshaun Watson, just your national champions right there. A few of these guys were first-round picks. Matt Leinart was one. Vince Young was one. Tim Tebow was one. Andrew Luck was a first-rounder. Teddy Bridgewater, hard to believe it, but Bridgewater was a first-rounder. Jameis Winston, a first-rounder. Jared Goff, a first-rounder who came close to winning a Super Bowl. So Trent Dilfer's worked with a lot of folks. He's worked with the who's who. And to me, I go back to something that the elders or my elders have always told me. If somebody shows you their true character, man or woman, male or female, if someone shows you their true character and their true intentions, believe them. My mother has always said, Stephen, son, if it looked like a duck, quack like a duck, talk like a duck, walk like a duck, pick up the phone, it's Aflac, he at the door. That's what my mom has always told me. So, though there are people out there like your Todd McShays, your Mel Kiper Jr.'s that do these charting, these drafts, these hypotheses and trying to structure different things in terms of the NFL. Here's a guy in Trent Dilfer that knows quarterbacks, that's worked with quarterbacks, that's developed quarterbacks, that have put quarterbacks through the test. And the biggest masterpiece from his Elite 11 just so happened to be Tua Tagovailoa. He was there in 2016, became the MVP of the competition, of the event, of the function. So if Trent Dilfer says, whoever drafts Tua wins this thing, wins this venue, wins the event, I'm putting all of my eggs in the Trent Dilfer basket. I'm buying full-on stock in what Dilfer has said because he's been there, done that, and he has worked very, very closely with Tua Tagovailoa. It's just incredible how this young man has gone from having a hip injury to the video that you just seen of him moving and moving very, very well. We're going to go to our first break here on In My Own Words, the podcast. Don't touch that dial. Just getting started. Upon our return, we dive into your phone calls, tweets, text messages, thoughts, and concerns right after this.
Every sports fan deserves the proper representation. Whitwell Sports introduces to you the Title Towel. Wave that Title Towel in the air like you just don't care in support of Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Only $9.99 and it lasts a lifetime. Head on over to whitwellsports.com and get your Title Towel today. Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $5.95 per month or pay $49.95 for a full year subscription. That's a saving of almost $22. Make sure to subscribe before it's too late and get our new freshly printed end of the year magazine issue. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in the Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.